"You need to start aggressive chemotherapy immediately." The doctor shared this prognosis with the patient and his fiance, each word seeming to suffocate hope, giving way to tears. The doctor explained that no matter what medical treatment we could provide, there was little to no hope for a cure. The patient only had a few months left with his advanced stage diagnosis. After that conversation, the patient and his fiance were shattered in the shrinking space of life and hope because cancer was an unwelcome invader, halting his career, questioning his identity as a soon-to-be husband and provider, overwhelming that family with a weight of suffering and uncertainty. After that conversation, as I walked out with them, his fiance held my arm and asked me to pray with them. I fought to hold back tears because I felt frustrated and helpless, knowing that no matter what words I could speak, they would be in offensively linear contrast to the depths of the hurt that they were in. I had no idea how to help them in that moment. My name is Monica, and with my Kesem family, I'm Kangaroo. I'm a second-year medical student, and I've been involved with Kesem as a camp advisor, co-director, and advisory board member between the chapters of Rice, Duke, and the OSU. I grew up with an I can do it all complex, and I think I entered medicine with a good amount of that still tattooed into the way I saw my world and in how I cared for my patients. I felt powerful, determined to make a change, but I think the hardest moments ended up becoming those in which there was little to no hope for a cure, where I couldn't imagine myself or any of my physician mentors providing the medical resources to heal. And I found myself in those dark moments leaning in a little more into what Kesem has taught me to be true, that healing isn't limited to the domain of medicine, but rather, healing is the essence of communities, including that of Kesem. After a bit of reflection, I stepped back into the space with my patient and his fiance and decided to pray with them. And I felt like temporarily, ethereally almost, we caught a glimpse of hope and a pre-diagnosis self. My patient and his fiance stood a little taller, their eyes glistened, a hope for healing, a kind of wholeness despite an uncertain future. Because that prayer was a form of communal presence for them, one that negated the aloneness of illness and brought them an unshakable, soul-deep joy. Cancer had entered his room just moments prior, but community had made itself the center. And in that, there was a healing hope. As they cried by my side, I felt like there was a release of emotions, insecurities, a form of catharsis. And I couldn't help but think of another space so dear to my heart, one in which being fully known and fully loved are tied together in colorful string, empowerment. I think what's always stood out to me about empowerment has been the imperfect humanness of tears, and how we sit together in that space knowing that everything might not be okay, but there's still something to be said about being in this season of suffering together. And I think all along, I was carrying that truth into the same space of prayer and hurt that my patient was experiencing. May we walk forward empowered by the ability to heal just by being a friend to someone. Kesem gave me that knowledge in those moments where I watched Candy Cane cannonball into the lake, high-five Mr. Waffles after a three-pointer, and danced with Peanut Turkey. I realized that camp was and is a space where living life together and celebrating those small joys is the ultimate form of care. And now that I look back on camp and the time that I shared with my patient and his fiance, I realize that they both echoed the same triumphant truth. Although we may not always be able to physically heal the hurt, we can still heal through community and presence. That's our medicine. Kesem taught me this through the art of surrender. I am not the cure, and I never will be. But community is part of the cure, and tattooing that truth on my heart has made me a better physician in training, a colleague, a friend, and will make us a family whose heartbeat is healing. Kesem does not cancel the existence of cancer, but it counters it with a powerful question. Life is hard, but in the same breath, can we say it's beautiful? Yes, when we have healers to our left and to our right, we can sing, "Just walk beside me and be my friend." Thank you.